It now gives me a great pleasure to invite our guest of honor, Mr. Heng Swee Keat, Minister for Education, to give his welcome address. Minister, please.
Professor Lim Jin Ming, Chief Executive, Science Centre Singapore, Mr. Dale Dougherty, CEO and founder of MakerFaire, Mr. Prakash Malia, MD of Intel, and Ms. Jacqueline Poh, Managing Director of IDA. Makers, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you, and to our Muslim friends, Selamat Berpuasa. Now first, I would like to acknowledge Mr. Dale Dougherty, who is with us today for catalyzing this maker movement in 2005. And the movement has grown in the last 10 years, 2006, it's grown in the last 10 years. In Singapore, the fair started in 2012 as a mini maker fair with around 20 booths. This year, I understand that we are hosting the first featured maker fair in Singapore with over 200 booths.
Yes.
Joining you today and looking at that video reminds me of a funny story. You will see photos of some of our residents in Tampines at one of these EduSave Awards events. And there were many interesting things to do, including this maker space, like making LED light decorations and playing with 3D printers. Now, the organizers set up a makerspace for students to tinker with in between the proceedings for collecting the awards. And guess what happened? Some students got so caught up in the makerspace, they forget to collect their awards. And at the end of the day, when the ceremony was over and organizers were packing up, they ran to the organizers and said, "Hey, sorry, I got so caught up for making things, I forgot to come and collect my award." So what was the event which they came for, they forgot, and they got completely engaged and immersed in this maker event. And as you saw from the photos in the video, it was not just students, it was also parents, grandparents, uncles, aunties, all very engrossed in this maker space. Now it's a joy to see curious minds so fully engaged and inspired in the process of making, tinkering, inventing, and learning. And that's why I'm so delighted to join you to celebrate the independence, creativity, and resourcefulness of all makers. Now, what does it mean to be a maker? There are a few things I've learned about making. Making is not about materials or things. It is about the spirit to overcome challenges, to innovate. Making is something our students are doing in school. Making is for everyone, and making is the most rewarding when we do it together. First, making is about the spirit. Now you have heard of the can-do spirit. Making draws on a similar thing, the can-make spirit. If there is a problem, you can make the solution, and doing so grows your spirit as well. To be a good maker, first you identify a problem you want to solve, and in identifying that problem, you need to show a lot of empathy to understand what is it that you are trying to improve and how you are going to improve the lives of people around us. Then you embark on the journey of discovery. You discover more about the problem and how it affects people, and you discover ways you can address this problem. Basically, you learn. You also discover a lot about yourself too along the way, because there will be many times where you get stuck, and that's when you discover your own determination and resilience. And of course, you have fun and grow in the process. Now second, our students are all young makers. They have been growing this can-make spirit in school through the applied learning programs. I'm glad that more schools are taking part in the MakerFaire. Through making, students do not only apply their knowledge to solve given scenarios, but to take it a step higher, to create something novel. Students must learn in a very practical manner the possibilities of their imagination. I'm happy to see that at this year's fair, many students are showcasing the impressive range of creations from toys and mobile applications to 3D printed products. So kudos to their teachers for guiding the students in their making journey. Third, making is for everyone. All of us, young and old, can be makers. And we can continue to learn and apply what we learn in school, at home, and in our community, anywhere. So I'm glad to learn that this year, our youngest exhibitors for this year's MakerFaire are 6 and 8 years old. Sophia and Anjali Curie. Are you somewhere in the audience here, Sophia? Yes. Yeah, okay. And Anjali? Anjali, are you here? So Sophia, would you like to stand? Well, they made a pottery wheel using an old bicycle and a broken fan, and made electronic fencing jackets and cardboard swords for sword making. They learned the ideas are nothing without action. And Anjali, I understand that you spent 5 minutes thinking about ideas, but took weeks to make your ideas turn into reality. So well done. It is lovely to see families on the making journey together. And I see many families here this morning. This year, we are launching the book Busy Hands, Happy Hearts, stories of families who make and tinker together. I hope you'll be inspired by these Singapore families and their making adventures. Finally, making is at its best when we make together. I may be good at dreaming up ideas, but not so good at putting the intention together. But you can do what I can't. And when you chip in with a perspective, you make my ideas even better. And that's the beauty of making together. Now this is true whether we are talking about a playground or the school science lab or the innovation center of a top R&D facility. The more we bring different perspectives together, the richer will be the making process. MakerFaire is probably the only festival in Singapore where science, tech, arts and craft are brought together with clay and paper crafters right next to people who work on robotics and high-level technology. And I see a Lighthawk in the audience as well, and Lighthawk has started a ground-up initiative with many interesting things that you're making. So there's a huge potential for collaborative learning, for collaborative innovation with people with different expertise to create better and more innovative solutions. And I'm happy to see that this MakerFaire has also attracted people from different parts of the world, different parts of Asia to be with us today. Now, an interesting example that I learned recently was how a group from Nanyang Technological University called Keynote developed a glove that when you put it on can check how your wrist and elbow are doing after an injury. Kinesis is a group made up of researchers, tinkerers, and hackers. Different skills, different expertise, and they come together to make useful inventions that help others. As we make together, we share our knowledge, learn new skills together, build collective wisdom, and build a sense of community. we don't just make a new invention. We make memories and friendships too. So I hope that we'll see more platforms and shared spaces for all of us to learn and make together. So thank you to Team Meng and all our organizers, sponsors, and community partners for bringing this unique event to Singapore and for championing the maker movement in Singapore. And I'm happy that Dale is with us, the pioneer of this movement. So to all our makers, I hope you have fun over the next 2 days, learning from one another, and I'll encourage you to spread this love for tinkering and innovation to all around you. Thank you very much.